What's going on, VoiceOver Warriors and Keyboard Ninjas? Today we continue our look at some of the new features in Logic Pro 10.7.5. So this one, while it may appear on the surface to be a minor update, it's actually chock full of new and useful features. And today we're going to take a look at the fact that the Record Enable button now speaks correctly, and the new search patch key command for quickly getting to where you can search for patches in the library, or quite frankly, for VoiceOver users, it's a quick way to get into the library. Now, if you haven't yet updated to Logic Pro 10.7.5, don't forget to back up your current version of Logic before you do so. I have a tutorial on how to do that, link in the description. But before we get into the new features, I'd just like to welcome you back to Logic.band. I am the Oreo Monster, and this is a place full of tips, tricks, and tutorials to help you as a blind Logic, VoiceOver, macOS, and GarageBand user. If you haven't yet, visit logic.band, and when you land on the homepage, sign up for the mailing list so you can get a free Getting Started with Logic course. So I went ahead and added a new track to this project.
Track 24 audio 1 inches, group.
The next feature that I'm going to talk about is that the Record Enable status now reads correctly with VoiceOver. So if I press Ctrl R,
Record Enable track on.
you say it says Record Enable track on. If I press Ctrl R again,
Record Enable track off.
says Record Enable track off. But where this is useful, I'm going to turn this on again.
Record Enable track on.
If I interact with this track header
In track 24 audio 1 inches, group.
and navigate,
0 pan. Circulars plus 0.0 decibels. Input monitoring unchecked. Record Enable check. Checkbox.
you see Record Enable is checked.
Solo unchecked. Record Enable check. Checkbox.
And if I,
Record Enable track off. Solo Record Enable unchecked. Checkbox.
so it now reliably will show you the state of that Record Enable button, and it will say checked or unchecked. One thing I do notice though, go ahead and add a MIDI track to the project.
Track 25 classic electric piano. Track 25 classic electric piano. Record Enable track off. Record Enable track off.
It says off on a MIDI track all the time. But
In track 25 0 pan. Plus 0.0 decibels. Record Enable unchecked. Checkbox.
enable that
Solo Record Enable check. Checkbox. Plus 0.0 decibel. Record Enable check. Checkbox.
and
Uncheck.
disable it.
Solo Record Enable unchecked. Checkbox.
So it still works fine there. So it appears once you check it and uncheck it, Control R
Record Enable track on. Record Enable track off.
works reliably.
On off track 25 classic electric piano. Group.
But if you move
Track
off
24 audio 1 inches. Group. Track 25 classic electric piano. Group.
and move back on,
Record Enable track off. Record Enable track off.
it doesn't speak it anymore. So that one's kind of a strange one, but just to keep that in mind. All right, now for this next new feature, I'm going to go ahead and once again add a new software instrument track to the project. So Command Option S,
Track 24 classic electric piano. Track 24 classic electric piano. Group.
and we got that track selected. So the new feature we're going to discuss is there is now a key command for search patch, and that allows you to jump right to the search field in the library so that you can search for a patch. And in a way, it's also a quick way to get into the library no matter where you are in Logic. So of course, a new key command means that there is now an updated Logic Keyboard Ninja key commands file. So there'll be a link to download that in the description. So the key command we're going to be discussing here is Shift Y. So Y generally hides and shows the library, but Shift Y will jump you right to the search field in the library. So right now the library's closed, and if I press Shift Y,
Search sound search text field. Blank.
it opens the library and puts me right in the search field in the library. Now, if it puts you in the search field in the library, but your focus is still with VoiceOver on the track headers or something like that, you'll notice your keyboard focus is in the search field, because if you start typing, you'll be typing in the search field. But if you VO left and right, you might find that you're still on the track headers. When you end up in those situations, you can press VO Shift F4 to move VoiceOver focus to where the keyboard focus is, and then that will put you in the search field in the library as well. So I'm going to go look for the fingerstyle bass. I'm just going to type in
F-I-N-G-E-R. Finger.
So I just type finger in the search field there, and if I VO right,
Search results list. Shows patches or plugin presets with names that contain the search text. Table. No selection.
you see this is where you can look at the different search results that you'd find after typing in the search. So if I interact with this,
Fingerstyle bass. Cell. Fingerstyle electric bass.
and there we go, fingerstyle electric bass. That's the one I'm looking for. Right, so now that I got the patch I want selected, I can use VOJ to jump back over to a track header. So I'm going to do that.
In table. Row 1 of 19. In mixer. Layout area. 2 in tracks time ruler. Timeline. In tracks header. Group. 3 items. Track 24 fingerstyle electric bass. Group. Tracks header. Group.
All right, and that puts me back on the track header. Now, once again, sometimes your focus for the keyboard may remain in the library, even though your VoiceOver focus is in the track header now, in those cases, you can press VO Command F4 to move the keyboard focus to where the voiceover focus is.
Track 24 fingerstyle electric bass group.
So that's it for this one. Don't forget to check the description below to find supplemental links to a blog post and other tutorials that will help you better take advantage of recording to multiple MIDI tracks at one time. In a future tutorial, we'll take a look at some more new features, like how a new key command makes it possible to do certain types of edits with locators, and just how locators are improved with VoiceOver overall. Another new feature on the docket is free tempo recording. Is there a new feature you'd love to see me cover? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to both the YouTube channel and the mailing list. If you subscribe to the mailing list, you can get a free Getting Started with Logic course, and I can let you know whenever I've updated the Logic Pro key commands, much like I've had to take advantage of some of the new features in Logic Pro 10.7.5. If you haven't grabbed it yet, there is also a link to that in the description. If you'd love to support what's going on over here at logic.band, then please visit logic.band/support, where you can make a one-time or ongoing donation. If you'd love to get some one-on-one training to go deeper into any of these topics covering Logic, VoiceOver, macOS, or GarageBand, then visit logic.band/training. And as always, until next time, happy recording.